Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing the new Chevrolet Equinox EV. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Chevy here in Spanish Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this EV. I'll include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. Also include a link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get right into it. So when it comes to EV specs, we have an 85 kilowatt hour battery pack, 319 miles of electric driving range, 213 horsepower, and then 236 pound-feet of torque, and this is front wheel drive with this particular model. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Well, starting with the front end here, really sharp with the body lines here on the hood, looks very spaceship-like, and that continues with this whole light bar design on the front end. I think that's really cool looking overall. I don't know, let me know what you guys think about that. And you can see it's closed off here just like other EVs, got a little RS badge there, so it's darker with the coloration. But yeah, overall this is a really good looking EV. I think I like this more than the Blazer in terms of the looks. Now on the side here, our turn wheel setup is 275 by 40 by 21 in the front, and over in the rear you can see with the wheels blacked out, I think that looks pretty sharp. Goes with the RS theme. And then this is painted black, and then you can see the E in the Equinox logo, right, for EV. That's pretty cool. You can see the darker trim there, mirrors blacked out, and then here's your full side profile, which is kind of interesting. It's like you've got this interesting looking new front end, and then the back kind of reminds me of the Trailblazer a little bit. And this leads us to the key fob. We've got our lock and unlock function. We've got the opening for the hatch, remote start, Chevy bow tie, and pretty straightforward. Now popping into the rear, we've got a decent amount of cargo space here in the back, and you've got more space underneath the loading floor. So practical from that perspective. When you're all done, just press that and then I'll lower down the hatch. Now really cool taillight design here. You can see the RS logo as well, and then Equinox on the other side, and then you can see the blacked out trim at the bottom. But yeah, putting it all together, let me guys think about the looks of this, but I think this is really good looking for an EV. Now taking a look at the door panel on the back, you can see with this trim piece, it's pretty cool looking. And then down below with the soft touch trim. And then here's a quick look at the seats, perforated all down the center. And then quickly popping in, legroom back here solid, got some storage pocket action there. Got some vents here in the back as well. And then it's sloped, but headroom's not too bad. And then taking a look at the front door panel, soft touch here at the top, and then again with that cool trim and all of the soft touch down below. All of our window controls here. Got our mirror adjustments. Looks like they power fold in. Blind spot warning with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat, that cool piping, perforated all down the center. All of our adjustments on the side. And then look at the vent, it's pretty cool looking as well. And then it actually looks like the dash is soft touch across, so that's another nice feature. And it automatically turns on as soon as you pop in, just like the other Chevy EVs. Taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see we've got the Chevy bow tie there in the center. We've got stuff like our cruise control. This one does come with Super Cruise, by the way. Controls for the center stack. We've got radio controls in the back. And it looks like we got a little paddle there for regen. You can see the regular stocks here, including the column shifter. Now, just like other modern Chevys with their new digital gauge cluster, you can change what it shows in the center. It's cool with all the customizations there, I think. Now in reverse, we do have a 360 camera system, really good resolution. You can see out of all of the angles with the Equinox, so super helpful there. And then this leads us to the rest of the infotainment system. Response time's great, easy to use, and yeah, pretty much everything's controlled in here. So like, for example, the heated seats, it's just there on the screen. Same thing with like the climate controls and, you know, the light controls as well. Like everything, and they got little shortcuts there on the side, which is nice. But yeah, everything is built onto the screen here. So I shouldn't say everything, because we do have analog controls here for the climate system just down below, but pretty much everything else. And you can see the storage area, got some USBs there, some cup holders, more storage. This is interesting, like this little storage cavern down below. Then we got the center console here. Nice trim on the top of that. And then you can see with the mirror, and then no center for anything like that. And then when it comes to pricing, the sticker's for a bit over $47K. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both mirrors. Throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. Something that I do want to mention that I noticed with this, weird windshield wipers, they go out like a bus. So if I get in the car with the key, and then I get out, don't put it in reverse or drive or anything, the car doesn't turn off automatically. Now you can turn it off yourself, but I just thought that's something that's interesting. That's one thing I don't like about this like whole, hey, let's get rid of physical buttons like, you know, the car turning on and off. We'll just have it do it automatically, proximity with the key. It sounds like a convenience thing, right? It sounds like, oh, it's a nice convenience thing, but then it's also like, right, it's a nice convenience thing as long as it works as intended. And so yeah, I don't know, that's just my take on that. Actually setting off the Equinox EV, just like most EVs, right, super smooth with the power because you have instant power, instant torque, so great from that perspective. Seats are comfortable. And then as always, having all the weight down low in the car means you've got really sharp handling, and it also makes the just overall ride really comfortable because the car just stays planted. It's a really cool thing to experience. It's a nice drive, that's for sure. Regen system's not too aggressive. So that's another plus. Yeah, it drives really well. Noise insulation's pretty good for the segment, I would say. Yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about how this performs. It's nice. Yeah, so I'll flip around here in a little bit and then get us an acceleration. But I mean, so far it drives really well. Get a little acceleration here. Decent. I mean, again, you got instant power and torque. You can tell it's going to the front wheels. It doesn't torque steer or anything, but you can kind of hear the grip struggling a little bit there. Not bad. I suspect, that's what I meant to say. A lot of people are probably going to want to go for the all-wheel drive model for the extra power. But if you don't need all-wheel drive, this is, again, when you compare this to, the way that I look at this is when you compare this to like the gas Equinox, like, this is quick. It's quick. So, to sum things up, I think this drives really well. It's got solid range for an EV. It's comfortable. Overall, I mean, it's user-friendly. Again, I'm not too fond of the lack of physical controls, but it's seems like that's what the EV people like. Not sure why, but you know, to each their own. And yeah, overall, it's a solid EV. The only thing that I think this and other EVs have going against them is just the prices are still, you know, they're still high. You do get the, you know, federal tax rebate, so that helps out quite a bit. You know, $7,500, which, yeah, I mean, that brings this down to like 40, which, yeah, I guess if you look at it from that perspective, this is closer to 40 grand after that. That's not too bad. I mean, that's a little bit more expensive than an ICE Equinox, but it's not that much more. So yeah, if you just look at the MSRP, it's like, whoa, but if you look at the MSRP after the $7,500, then yeah, it's a lot more reasonable. So let me know what you guys think about the Equinox EV, but yeah, after that, after the feds help out, it makes it so it's actually a pretty solid value.